YouTube, it's Missy, and today I'm here to share with you guys, finally, my updated Hodder edition Stephen King books. I have a ton of them here. At the end of the video, I'll share with you the ones that I'm still waiting to purchase. I'll probably get them in the beginning of 2018 after I come back from vacation. But yeah, for now, this is all of the Hodder books that I have gotten my hands on in the last 3 years. I think I started collecting them in 2015. I'm super excited. I also was going to make a video, like a separate video, on the Amazon Marketplace sellers, but I don't know if you guys want a video like that. So I think I'm just gonna like add these in while I'm talking about the books, or maybe I can put them down below. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna go as fast as I can. Now, in the description box below, I am going to put all of the links to these books for Amazon, if I can, you know, get them all in there. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I will, I don't know if I can post it online and then have it linked to something. I'll try my best. Otherwise, maybe I can do I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to try and put all of the links to these books down below. Remember, I got all of these Hodder editions from the Amazon Marketplace because they're all UK editions. And all the ones that I've had really good luck with all of these books. So let's get started. The first book I have here is the Gerald's Game. It came in pretty good condition. I mean, all of the spines are going to be a little bit broken, especially because they are mass market paperback, but they're all in great condition. I can give you baby reviews. This is about a wife who goes to a lake with her husband, and they're going to do some hanky-panky with some handcuffs. The handcuffs do happen, and then the wife has to figure out how to get out of the handcuffs. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything. This is a female main character, which there aren't very many in Stephen King's novels, so that was fun to read from another POV, and it is quite small for Stephen King. Next we have Salem's Lot. That is what the front cover looks like. This particular one here is the spine. Has a bright green cover instead of just the plain white with the colored spine. This one doesn't have a colored spine, but it's got the colored book itself. So some of them come differently with the colors here. I like them both. I do like that Salem's Lot is in the same color as the cover. This is a vampire book about Jerusalem's Lot that is set in Maine. Our main character is a writer, so that was fun. Again, vampires. Next we have Cujo. This one has like a mustard yellow. Here's the back. The print is the dog. Cujo has like rabies or something. It's about a mom and her son. They go to this house. The killer dog is outside with the rabies. They don't have gas in their car, so they can't get away. They do need to get to the house for a phone. The dog is ravenous and wants to kill them. The son is getting weaker and weaker because he's getting dehydrated. It's hot in the car. He's hungry. The mom's freaking out. And basically that's it. I haven't read this since high school, so I do need to reread this hopefully soon. Next we have Carrie. This is the very first book Stephen King has ever written. It is very short. This is actually a YA. He doesn't have any other YA books, I don't think. This is about a girl named Carrie who goes to a high school. She has telekinesis. Her peers are mean to her. They bully her. They tease her, and she seeks revenge on prom night. I really liked it. This is a good setup for Stephen King for the rest of the reading experience. He does write in Let me find a page. Okay, well, this is an example. He has part 1, and then he has all of his chapters, but in each chapter there is also sections that are numbered, and you'll find that throughout all of his books. So if you get like confused about why everything is so broken up, he has to do that to share all the characters. This is a very tiny book. Again, I liked it, and the spine is red. The next book is the Tommy Knockers. Again, we have a red spine. I have never read this book before. There are alien, like UFOs on the cover, so I'm assuming that this is an alien book. I cannot wait to read this. I think I'm going to read it next year. I'll have to double check my list. Then we have Firestarter here. This one has an orange apricot looking spine. I do love that there's just a bunch of matches on the front. There is a movie starring, why can't I think of her name? No. Drew Barrymore. That's her name. Drew Barrymore is the main character in this book. So maybe this book also has a girl character. And this is an adult book, but it's got a child as the main character. I haven't read this one yet either. I can't wait to do that. All right, the next book I have here is Christine. The main character is the car, I think. There's probably 2 main characters, the person who owns the car and then the car itself. All of Stephen King's books have pretty much been adapted into movies or miniseries, regardless if they are cheesy or not. I have watched a large handful of all of these movies. I do want to watch all of them one day. I know that this is a movie. I have not seen it. The cover itself is peach, and we have a colored spine. So this one is different than Salem's Lot, where it has a white spine. This one has a colored spine, and it's colored. So there is a variation with all of these Hodder books. They were published between 95 and 97, I think, and then they stopped making them. At least any book that was published after 99, they don't have one of these for it. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure how that works. I think that's how it works. Okay, next we have 4 Past Midnight. This is a collection of short stories. So we have The Clock, we have a light blue spine. P.S. I bought this book in September. So when it came in December or late November, I thought that someone had purchased this for me, and I was super excited about this, you know, secret admirer or, you know, a secret friend. No, I bought it myself, but it took so long to get here, 2 months. I totally forgot that I bought it. Anyways, I cannot wait to read this. Next we have Dreamcatcher. It has a magenta spine. This is also a sci-fi alien book, and it's got a whole bunch of characters. I think there are different POVs in here. I'm pretty sure there's 3 POVs in here. The one that is in the cabin, the one that is walking through the woods, and then one that is being like possessed by the alien or taken over by the alien. So I think there's 3 POVs. I really, really liked this book. Way better than the movie. All right, next we have Lisey's Story. This is another female main character book, and this is also about a writer, but he dies and the wife has to take over. I don't think she like writes stories for him or anything, but she does enter his imagination world. So that was really cool. This is a gorgeous hardcover if you can get it in a hardcover, but I do like the little butterfly on the top. This has a white spine, but the blue lettering there. Absolutely love this one. And last book I have a stack of 3 piles. So this is the last book in the 3 piles. And this is Duma Key. This is a more recent book. I think this came out in like 2005 or 6, maybe 2007. I was reading Stephen King as they were coming out once I had the children, because we didn't have any TV. So I was a huge reader back then too. Okay, and this is about an elderly gentleman who moves to Duma Key to retire. And this one is not the same. So this is my only Hodder edition that is not a mass market paperback. I guess you could call this a trade, but it has the feel of a normal mass market. It's very tightly bound, so it's super stiff. But regardless, it's in the same design, so I kept it. Okay, so that was one stack. So I'm going to talk about one stack of these Amazon Marketplace sellers, and I'm going to leave the titles here for the actual stores, because all of these books still can be purchased by them. They're all under $5. There is a $3.99 shipping fee per each book, so that stinks, but you can buy them. So we have Momo X Shop, and that's the one that took 2 months for me to get. I believe it was from Iceland, which I didn't know that's where it was coming from, but I think it came from Iceland, and I think that's why it took 2 months. I only purchased one book by them. And then there's Better World Books. Again, I will leave all these down below. I only purchased one book from them, but these were really good. I have Brit Books USA. I purchased 3 books from them. I have World of Books USA, and I purchased 9 books from this company. This is a very, very good company. Not only did I buy 9 books, the 10th book was purchased, and that was 4 past midnight, and in the warehouse it got damaged. They did contact me once the book got damaged, and they did allow me to buy another book for about the same price, so that way I would still get a book, but it was kind of a bummer that it got damaged. All right, next we have Reuse a World. I bought 4 books from them. Book Donors UK, I purchased 6 books from them, and that one actually is a good cause, because you buy the books from this used bookstore in the UK, and then they donate some of that money to, I think, the homeless? I'll have to double check, and I will leave it in the video. Next we have FT Books. I've only purchased 2 books by them, but they, you know, I got the books and they were in good condition. Then we have Thrift Books. I did Thrift Books twice from the Amazon Marketplace, which is very strange, but if you do it this way from the Amazon Marketplace, you're guaranteed to get the cover that you're looking for. If you go to Thrift Books, the actual website, they don't guarantee that the book cover that they show on the website is the cover that you're going to get, which is a bummer drag. So I did get 2 different ones from Thrift Books, and they both came in good condition. And then the last one I'm going to talk about in this juncture is Bestsellers UK, and I purchased 1 book by them. I'm going to take a break, get the clothes out of the dryer, and I will be right back. And my timeout is over. All right, on to the second stack of books. So we have here Insomnia. This is about an older gentleman. I love reading about the elderly for some reason, and he just lost his wife, and now he's dealing with insomnia. This is a very weird, creepy, dark, atmospheric book. I absolutely loved it. We have another colored cover with a colored spine. I want to say these are my favorite. I really like both the colored books and the spines themselves, and I love that it's just a pair of scissors. You might not know what the scissors stand for, but once you read the book, you'll know, oh yeah, that's super important to the storyline. And that's another reason why I like these Hodder editions so much, because that little tiny picture that they have on the cover is a good representation of what's inside the book. Sometimes the book covers don't match the stories, and these match perfectly. Next we have It by Stephen King, a huge fat book. Again, colored cover, colored spine. It's got the blue balloon. I absolutely love this. If you haven't picked up the book It is a very, very good, very long, extensive book, but it's amazing. I do have a review up on my channel. I don't think I'll be able to leave a link, but I could probably put it in the cards if you want to check it out. It's an old video, but it's been viewed many, many times. Next we have the stand, and this is not colored, it's just white with the green, and this is kind of like a lime-ish green. It's definitely different in what I can see on the camera. It's different on camera than it is in person. I have not read The Stand yet. I don't know what the bird represents, but I'm excited to read this. I don't know if I have this on my list for next year, but this is a doozy, and I mean, it's the same size as it, so this is going to take me a while. I'm going to have a good amount of time to read this without distraction. Alright, next we have Four Seasons, another collection of short stories. This barely had any spinal damage, which was really cool. And this is more of like a forest green, maybe not to you, but definitely to me it's a forest green. Again, just a regular white cover, and there's train tracks. Since this is a collection of short stories, I wonder if this is like the first story in the collection. I'm not sure. Next we have Blaze, and this is actually a Richard Bachman book. I'm excited that Hodder actually has these in this edition. So I haven't read Blaze yet. It is a tiny book. I can't wait to read it. For a fan of Stephen King, I still don't know why some of his books are under a pseudonym. I'll have to look that up and let you guys know in a future video. But yes, I want to read this. I think this is on the list for next year. Again, I will be talking about my 2018 audio along, hopefully in the next couple of days. If you guys are interested, I want to pique your interest now by showing you all of these Hodder editions. So there's Blaze, and that's like a mustard yellow on the cover, but not the spine. So there's another one of those books. Next we have Dolores Claiborne, another book I haven't read yet. I don't know anything about this book, and I'm not going to find out. I know I should be telling you guys what it's about, but I don't want to ruin it for myself, like get a sneaky peek on this one. I kind of want to go into it blind, since I know the majority of Stephen King's books. Now this one is I want to say it's like a tan color within this mustard yellow. Again, another colored book. And then we have another Bachman book. This is thinner with the vulture there and then the orange spine. Love it, love it. I haven't read this book. I've seen the movie, but haven't read the book. And then we have Bag of Bones, another colored edition. I really wish all of them were actually like this. I really, really enjoy these ones. And this is a kind of like a seafoam green, and then we have a brighter green spine here. Bag of Bones is again another book about an author. This one, he lost his wife, and he goes and moves to his lake house to get out of a writing funk. He's got writer's block, and then he has to deal with neighbors and these goats that are like kind of haunting him. Very creepy. There is a mini series on this. The last time I saw it, it was on Netflix, so it might still be on there, starring Pierce Brosnan. So there's that. Then we have Needful Things. We have an orange spine for this one. This is about an antique store where I think every item in the store is cursed, so if you touch it, then you become cursed. I haven't read this since college, I believe. I definitely want to reread this at some point. It was really good. I absolutely loved it. Again, it's set in Maine, and yeah, there's that one. Next we have The Dead Zone. We have like a baby cotton candy pink cover with a brighter like fluorescent pink highlighter on the spine, which is really cool. The Dead Zone is about a man who goes into a coma, and when he wakes up, he has the ability to see premonitions and see the past, I believe, through touch. So I don't think there's any future, or maybe there is. Anyways, he can see the future, past, present, whatever, through touch. He's got those abilities, and I really enjoyed this book. I did read it back in college, and I have seen both the movie and the TV show that was on USA or TNT, something like that. They were both okay. And the last book in the second pile is Cell. This one has the orange colored cover but the white spine. And again, this is just like a brainwashed book, not about zombies. I have to keep emphasizing that because people tell me, that's not a zombie book. Well, yeah, they're not dead and eating brains, but they are brainwashed to do a certain task, and so they are zombie-like. And there was a pulse through the cell phones. That's how they got entranced, or I think that's the wrong word. Anyways, they are now being controlled through that wavelength that went through the phones, and now they're all weird, and this guy is supposed to like save the day. Not the best Stephen King book, but I do want to give it another go and see what I like about it now and what I don't like from what I remember back in college. All right, so that was the second pile. Back onto the Amazon sellers. So we have Greener Books London with those underscores. I purchased 2 books from them. I bought 1 book from Wonder Book. I bought another book from Better World Books UK. There are 2 of those. There's the Better World Books just by itself, and then there's a UK attached. Both of them are fine. There is Awesome Books USA, another shop that I constantly buy books from, and I've purchased 8 from them so far. So the 2 best sellers are World of Books USA and Awesome Books of USA. Those are both really, really good Amazon Marketplace sellers that sell these Hodder editions. So if you can find them to sell it, I would definitely snatch them up from them. And then we have Julie's Bookshop UK. I purchased 2 books from her. Redline Loft, I purchased 1 book. I bought another book from Hippo Books, and then another one from Frogs Creek Media. Now, Frogs Creek Media, they actually sent me my Wastelands, the 3rd book in the Dark Tower series, in mass market paperback, which I was really bummed about because I didn't purchase that edition. So they did refund my money and then allowed me to keep that mass market paperback. So it was kind of a yucky deal, but they did reimburse me, so I consider that a good company. And then the last book that I want to talk about is TCS Wiz. Not TCS. TCS Wiz. I purchased 1 book by them. If you ever see AZ Fulfillment, I would skip that one. That's the only Amazon Marketplace seller that I purchased from that I despised. They sent me a book that I did not ask for, a different edition. It was also a ARC, which is not a good thing. You're not allowed to sell ARCs. And then on top of that, I tried to contact them. They never responded back to me. They didn't refund my money, nothing like that. So I had to repurchase the book, and that is Horns by Joe Hill that I purchased from them. So if you see AZ Fulfillment, just skip that bookseller altogether. All right, on to the 3rd and last pile of my Hodder books. We have Desperation. We have a bright green, lime green spine with the wordings, and then another vulture on the front cover. This is a great book. This is my favorite, or at least the first book that I've ever read by Stephen King that I absolutely loved it. This is what made me read all of Stephen King. And this also has a really pretty hardcover, if you can get it in that. It's got like a doll on the front. I really like that hardcover, the dust jacket on the hardcover. All right, next I have The Shining, which has a bee on it, or a wasp, a hornet. I think it's a hornet. It's a hornet. So it's got the orange colored spine on this one. This is absolutely frightening. Such a great book. There is this movie would be very good too. I mean, I haven't seen it in a really long time. I'm saying Stephen King didn't like the movie, but lots of people praise this movie, and so it's good. You could watch it. Next we have The Dark Half, another movie that I've seen with a bright orange. Well, it's not bright, it's more of a reddish orange. I really like it though. And this is again another book about an author. This one has a split personality, but the split personality is manifested, and so he speaks to them as if he's a real person, because he kind of is. Very creepy book. I liked this movie, so I know some people didn't. It's got mixed reviews, but I did enjoy this movie. Next, I have The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon, a very teeny tiny skinny book with a green spine. I've never read this book before. I cannot wait to read it. It seems like it's going to have music in it, which is nice. I like music. Then we have another collection of short stories. This is Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I don't think I've read this one either. I know I've read a couple collection of short stories, but I did that in high school, so I have to refresh my memory by going through the stories again. Green spine, and this one is also colored, so it's got like a sea foamy light green colored cover. Words are very, very hard for me. All right, next we have another collection of short stories, a light blue cover with a darker blue spine. This is Skeleton Crew. I'm almost positive I've read the entirety of this collection of short stories in high school, but again, I want to go back through it one day and make sure I remembered all of those short stories. And then we have Night Shift, white cover, blue spine. Again, great. I'm pretty sure I read this one as well. This one's a lot smaller. The Skeleton Crew one is super fat. Can you see the Skeleton Crew is huge? Then we have Just After Sunset. Now this is a different cover. I don't know why they switched it up, but it's the same. It's the same font, but this is the only one out of all of the Hodder editions that has this like gold font. It's totally different than just the plain black or colored. And the entire book is the same color blue. This is another collection of short stories that I haven't read yet. Then we have Pet Cemetery with a bright pink spine, or more of like a magenta. It also has a colored cover. This is like a really, really light pink. I started this last year, didn't finish it. I want to start it again. I only got to page 4, which is very sad. Yeah, this movie used to give me nightmares when I was little. This is a scary, scary movie. All right, 2 more books. Then we have Everything's Eventual with a light purple and a grape colored spine. Another collection of short stories that I don't remember reading in high school, so I definitely want to pick this up at some point. And then the very last book on my list, stop spilling, is Misery. I love that this typewriter is also colored in the blue. So we have a regular white cover with a blue spine here. So pretty. I wish you guys could see the blue in the normal lighting. It's kind of like a blueberry color. It's not as light as it is on camera. But anyways, that was my entire collection. I have like 50 of the Hodder editions here that I've collected. Again, I will be leaving pictures of all of the ones that I still need to collect at the end of this video. It won't have any words. It's just going to be like pictures of it towards the end. And yeah, and I shared with you guys all of the Amazon sellers. So they will be on the bottom of the screen. If I have room, I will put them also in the description box. Otherwise, I'm just going to put all of the links to these books plus the price of the book from today, which is the 12th of December. So yeah, hopefully you guys can get your hands on all of these books as well, or not all of them, whatever books that are, you know, that you're interested in. I hope you guys can get them in these editions because they are so cute and pretty, and I love the colors and everything else. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching my updated Hodder edition video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!